Welcome to the Back and Forth. And in today's episode, me and Chanel cover a topic about child support. Except, is it your responsibility as a parent to pay your child's child support? Let's go! Welcome everybody to the Back and Forth.
I'm Chanel.
And I'm Kevin. Chanel, I really need you to give me some energy today because that right there was sad. That was sad.
Because I was trying to jump in.
Hey, man, we try something new. We trying something new, everybody out there. And if you've ever seen our show before, you know that I'm usually the one with high energy, and I'm trying to bring Chanel up to my level. And it's a trial. It is a chore and a task. But we are working on those things, just like co-parents out there should be working on their relationships. You too can be like us and try to work on yourselves too, to try to improve yourselves, which I hope Chanel is doing. Thank you all for joining us. And for those of you all that are new to the show and those of you are returning, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification button that you see at the bottom of the show so you'll know when we put out new content. So, with that being said, we've taken care of all the pre-arrangements. Chanel, we have a topic today that's an oldie, but it's new. It's a new twist on it. And Chanel, you want to go ahead and play it?
Sure, Kev. Why not?
Oh.
So Charles and I have a disagreement based off of consultation we just had where a parent is responsible for her 15-year-old son's child support for his baby.
And I feel that the disagreement starts that parents shouldn't be responsible, that son should be responsible. He made that decision. And if he was to commit a crime, he would be responsible, not the parents. So that's what I'm basing that on, and you laid down and did that, not me.
But the child, because he's 15 years old, is not old enough to be obligated legally into contracts. He's not old enough to be responsible for himself. Therefore, the parent is responsible for the 15-year-old and therefore responsible for his obligations.
Just like they have juvenile courts, and again, I fall back on if he commits a crime, that child is responsible, whether it's juvenile or if it's that egregious that it now becomes a felony because of his age. The son will be the one paying that child support.
The parents can be responsible for that too.
So much to unpack here, Kev.
Yeah, sure is. Sure is a whole bunch to unpack there. And like as usual, I'll let you do the unpacking first.
Wow, this is interesting. This is a really, really interesting thing because we have the 15-year-old who's underage, which, is our responsibility. However, there's another child in this scenario. Mm-hmm. And most likely that child is going to be living with its mother, who's also living with her mother or father or family. Mm-hmm. So we would probably really need to have an attorney on here or even a judge perhaps, because how would that play out in court? Like who would the defendant and the plaintiff be in this case? Definitely the child needs to be legitimized in order for there to be any type of visitation rights. But as far as child support, I know here in Georgia is not trying to be nobody daddy. They're not trying to take care of nobody kids. And before they issue out services, they want to make sure that they've explored all the opportunities for resources to take care of this child. Mm-hmm. Which again, I think comes into play where, okay, if the 15-year-old is still the responsibility of its parents, it's like getting tuition, mm-hmm. That parent is responsible for paying the tuition. Now this child then came in and added another expense to the tab. So, do we say it's the baby's fault? What do we do? Kev?
The title of our show, for those of you not familiar, maybe you just stumble upon this page and you ended up at this show at this point in time. It's called The Back and Forth, and it's that for a reason. And let's take the baby out of the whole picture. That's probably impossible, but that's why we're here. 15-year-olds, last time I checked, in some states, they can have jobs and get paid. And, you know, they're making a paycheck. That paycheck might not be much. But when you put somebody on child support, they take into account your income. Your gross and your net and everything, what you make on an annual basis. And I don't know about you, the last time I checked, not too many 15-year-olds are holding down these jobs, these full-time jobs out there where they're getting insurance and all kinds of benefits that they're going to be afforded to them. They may be just working at a part-time job at a fast food place, at any local establishment, who knows where they're working at. So they're probably not making much. So how much child support are you really going to get from a 15-year-old? It's a good question to ask. And so we know what the price of having a child is going to be. And we know what the upkeep and the maintenance of a child is going to be. And I can tell you, working at a fast food place like such as a Burger King or McDonald's or any other fast food place, we didn't get no sponsorship. I shouldn't have said their names. From fast food restaurants, that's probably not going to be enough to pay for much daycare or diapers or formula or whatever it is you have to pay for. So somewhere down the line, somebody's going to have to pick up some of that responsibility. Because it's not the child's fault, because the child didn't ask to be here. But when your child lays down with someone else's child who's still in their parents' house also, somewhere down the line, we as grandparents now are going to have to take up some of this responsibility. And we can say what we want to say, oh, it's not my responsibility, I'm not going to do that. Then what's going to happen to the child? So are you making it responsibility of the other parent or the mother? Then that's not fair, because our children chose to lay down together, and this is what happened now. So now we probably all need to sit down and have a conversation. For one, yeah, Chanel, go ahead and jump in, because I got more. I'm just trying, I'm getting rolling right now.
No, go ahead.
You better jump in.
I like where you're going.
You better jump in, because I want to see where you're going.
No. The only thing I was just going to say, Kev, is yes, it definitely needs to be fair. And in the eyes of the court, they're looking at it being fair, you know, and what that would mean is not only will he have to work, but she would too. Mm-hmm. You know, if she's going to get services and they're saying, okay, well, we got daycare, we got diapers or whatever, they're going to say, yeah, he can pay a portion. He can help support that, but he's not taking on that whole burden. Mm-hmm. So they're going to say, okay, well, what job do you have? Mom. Right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, to shoulder this, well, if she's saying, well, my parents are going to help raise it, then now are we bringing the parents' income into the equation? Go ahead, Kev, because, you know, we can take it there.
Yeah, because first of all, the parents could be sitting there, the grandparents, the parents of the parents could be saying, whoa. Why are you taking into account my income?
Right.
Hold on. I didn't choose to lay. Hold on a minute. So we start doing that. Okay, so how much they making? How much his parents or her parents making? Because we need to all sit down here and we're going to bring in incomes. Because at the end of the day, now we're looking at our kids like, see what you done did? See what y'all done did? And because it becomes an issue now. And we don't want, it's already a stress enough. Because you got two kids out here, babies having babies. We call it babies having babies. And that responsibility is going to fall on somebody else. Because it's cute at the beginning, but then reality sets in. Well, who's waking up in the middle of the night to change so and so, or somebody's got a baby sick, they can't make it, they can't go to daycare that week. Who's staying home with the baby? Because the grandparents got jobs. The young kids, if they're 15, they ain't finished high school yet. So responsibilities are going to kick in here. And so a lot of this stuff he's talking about paying child support. Like, okay, I'm paying child support for, I was about to say something.
Oh, okay.
I'm paying the price for something I didn't even get to enjoy making.
Uh-oh. And who said it was enjoyable anyway? But anyway.
I'm just saying. No, you said that. I'm just saying. I'm paying for something I didn't take part in.
Take any pleasure in.
No, we had you. And the grandchild's what y'all chose to lay down and have. And so Whew, jeez, this is
Yeah.
rough.
Well, here's the other piece to that. I think getting the families together would, as far as community to help even decide if they're going to keep the child or give the child up for adoption. When you really lay it all the way out, is that what is going to be the best interest for every party involved? And if if it's going to be a lot of chaos and disruption, it may be best to have someone adopt that child.
Mm,
Consider, look into some adoption agencies, look into something like that, because there may be somebody out there just waiting to have a newborn, you know, instead of y'all fighting about all of the things. You got two
mm,
kids in high school, not haven't finished high school, their whole lives ahead of them,
mm-hmm.
financial responsibilities. We don't know what the families of these children, what that financial um, looks like, what that
Mm-hmm.
financial situation looks like. So, all of this stuff has to be taken into consideration. And I think that it's important to have families come together to really, instead of pointing fingers at who's doing what, look at all of the options available,
Yeah, I mean,
and see.
this is this is not new territory.
Not at all.
This has been going on since the dawn of time.
Mm-hmm.
Except that we're in an age now where everything is out on social media, so we can talk, we can speak on it, because sometimes these topics and this content just pops right up in our face.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chanel, if somebody out there is looking at this right now that is going through something similar to this, whether it be a child that's about to have a baby with another, a teenager about to have another baby with another teenager, and they're not sure what's going to happen because they're not financially able to be able to take care of this child, and their parents
Mm-hmm.
are probably going to have to do it, and it's going to be probably a rough situation. Or if there are grandparents to be out there that are watching this situation about to play out, what would you tell them right now to
Mm-hmm.
help them in this situation?
Yeah, that's a great question, Kev. Like you said, this isn't anything new. This is, I mean, who we've had people, grandparents raising kids as their own for ages,
Mm-hmm.
probably back to the Bible days.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, this is something, like I said, to explore all the options. Maybe somebody in the family, that couldn't have kids,
Yeah.
is, all of these things could be where you can keep the kid in the family, but it doesn't have to be one of those where we got to all go to court, and it really doesn't have to be that way. And again, I think maybe sometimes some things from our past can be wisdom for us to consider. And everything doesn't have to be ghetto, everything doesn't have to be conflict, it doesn't have to be. There are some solutions that have worked in the past that
Mm-hmm.
we may need to consider these days.
Yeah, I just know that one thing you're gonna have to do is communicate. You're gonna have to be. There's gonna have to be some conversations made. There can't be anything being hidden from anybody, because we all know about things that happened in the past, where you got Uncle Jimmy and Uncle Johnny out there, whose Uncle Jimmy is really your dad. And and no one ever says anything. He lives across the street from me, but we don't even know this. We always nice to this guy, but he's really your
Mm-hmm.
dad, and we don't want that kind of situation to occur. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever decisions that these families, or you all, if you are watching this, you all have to come to, make sure everybody's in agreement, and you can agree to disagree, but make sure everybody has a level of understanding, that we're all on the
Mm-hmm.
same page, that we
Yeah.
know what is going to happen with the child, because at the end of the day, this is about the child.
Mm-hmm.
We may not be able to financially be able to take care of the child, and our parents, hopefully someone steps up and steps in to fill the gap to help us out with this situation. And I'm hoping
Mm-hmm.
that these whoever was going through this, that they got the help and they had a tribe around them that could help them. um yeah, go ahead, Chanel. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's important. That really is the important thing, is the tribe, the village,
Mhm.
to support this child. If they're gonna go through with having the child, that it doesn't come into a world of chaos,
Mhm.
confusion, disruption, all of that stuff. Not coming into the world. The world has enough of that on its own.
Yeah,
So
true, 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 true. So Chanel, I'm hoping that someone out there watching this has gained something from this, because that's what we're here to do at the end of the day, to help you all out there that may be going through a situation similar to this, or that know someone who may be going through this. And if you do know somebody who may be going through this, hey, share the link with them, let them see this, and hopefully it helps them out. And like I said at the beginning before, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button and let us know you all were out there, and we'll let you all know when we got new content coming out there. But I want to make sure that I tell you all to stay safe and be blessed. And Chanel,
You just put God first. Just put God first, and follow His leading, follow the direction of the Holy Spirit, and you're gonna be okay.
hey, and with all that, we are out. So you thought I was gonna do something stupid. I
wasn't sure.
I finished it. I finished it this time clean, and I got out of here.
You did. You landed it, and it was clean.